How to tell if someone is jealous of you. Oh, how to tell if someone is jealous of you. Say it lower. Why? Because maybe they'll get embarrassed if you know that they are jealous of you. Or maybe you'll be happy. Who knows? But I'm going to tell you in the next few minutes in this video how to tell if someone is jealous of you. Well, firstly, there's a high chance that they boast about their success. I mean, think about it. Why would people boast in the first place? They want others to know that they have something going on. And that's a good thing. And it's a good thing to let people know what you are and to advertise your services, for sure. But boasting is going, further and higher and above the mark. There's no need to start going on about how you did this and how and when and where and how and so on and so forth. The reality is, people get the gist. Most people have what they have to do in life themselves, and they want you to just do your service, and that's about it. They could also be boasting about their own success to mask over the fact that they know in reality that what you do is better, what you do is more important, what you do is more highly likely to be interesting to people, and it shines a light back from them back onto you. And rather, they prefer a little bit of light themselves. They may feel suffocated by your success. So if more often than not, say, a person who's jealous, if they become successful in anything, they will do the impossible to try and make the people around them, the world, the culture, the community around them, understand or will appreciate it. They will boast, flaunt, as you will, their things to sell to others their gross ability, or masking really what's going on behind it all, which is jealousy. Secondly, if they're truly jealous, they're going to show it with their body language. How so? Crossing their legs, believe it or not, can be a sign of, body language that exudes jealousy. Now, how and when do they cross their legs in that regard? Well, it can be in your company. So, believe it or not, it's a defense mechanism. It's a strategy to cross your legs within your company. It doesn't really feel good if somebody's going to cross their legs in front of you. It's off-putting. It's showing that you're not allowed in. But the reality is, it's their own feelings. And that's the thing about jealousy. It's somebody else's feelings towards themselves. For you can only do what you do best, and that's be yourself and do what you do professionally. Because you're fulfilling your own thing, you're doing your own thing, you are helping people, or you are producing something that is required or needed. That's deserving of success. If somebody else is jealous and they cross their legs, they're saying, nope, you can't come close here. And you know what? That's for them to deal with. So, what can you do but just let them deal with it? It's their particular instinct that is clearly showing you their crossed legs, which means that, they're perhaps, jealous, but also could be crossed themselves behind their legs, if you know what I mean. If you're jealous, if a person is jealous of you, they're likely to be very anxious to actually compete with you. Now, if they're jealous and they have they're likely to be jealous if, of course, you're achieving and you're setting out to achieve goals that perhaps they wanted to attain themselves. But if they want to try and compete, perhaps they're in the same industry as you, or they perceive they're in the same industry than you. But reality is, maybe if you've already achieved, you're moving ahead, you're going to some other industry, you're not even thinking about it. You're not even thinking about the fact that you're in the same league as them, and that's not to sound arrogant, but the fact of them actually doing what they're doing and you're just, rowing your own boat, going on your own journey. Only you know your true journey of where you're going. They might be just trying to compete with you through basically predicting where it is that they think you're going next. But the reality is, if they knew where you came from in the first place, you wouldn't have gone ahead of them. You would have rowed at the same pace on the same stream as them, and perhaps they would have already caught on to your pace and gone beyond your pace, if you know what I mean, because the reality is they're trying now to react to the jealousy that they feel. They're trying to compete with what they think is going on. And if they don't know where you're going and where your plans are next, and if you're way ahead of them, or if you're successful in a way that they never will be, there's going to be anxiety for them within that. You cannot control that. That is them. Now, of course, if these things are people you love, coming from people you love, that is, or if these are anxieties coming from people you love, respect, like, and so on, again, you can't control it. Can you address it? Well, that's up to you. You and only you know that person the best. If you want to, well, so as if to say, hit the nail on the head, the jealousy nail with your talk, with your appreciation of them, of what they have achieved. If you want to address it with them, that is entirely up to you. Whether you're going to be successful with that, that's another thing. I'm not going to advise for or against that. I just don't know who they are. But the reality is they're a jealous person if you're considering it. Because another thing is that they're great copycats. Now, will they do exactly what you do? Perhaps. But then again, if they do, that is also a compliment. Yeah, of course it is. It's a reaction of jealousy towards the fact that they want a slice of your pie. They want some of your success. Now, hold on a second. They might not necessarily be jealous if they're doing what you do or copying what you do. They might actually just be learning, and they might actually really not be speaking behind your back or telling tales about you. The reality is, jealousy is more to do with, I do not have the ability. I am not able to achieve. I am not able to plan. I am not able to concentrate. I am able to do what they have done because I do not have those attributes myself. So copying in one way can be actually a compliment, and they might ask you advice. They might actually look for your personal service towards them or professional service. It might be part of your professional repertoire, so to say, to actually give advice, to give a type of consultant basis of advice or coaching, mentoring, or whatever in what you do. But the reality is that's a good thing. That's compliment. But copycatting, doing things in reaction to jealousy, will only get them to go down a different stream of where you're going. If they think they're going the same way, they won't be doing it. If they look for your professional advice to do it in the right way, with the right motivation, that is completely different. Now, most people that are jealous will probably just dish the dirt on you. They will gossip. They can't help but tell other people they're not that great. They're not fantastic. They're not what you see them portrayed as being. Now, if you are successful and you are wondering, well, why? I don't want to lose their friendship. Why? I want them to like me. In fact, you may have done some of those things so that somebody else will respect you. But in fact, you've got a different reaction and they don't actually respect you. They are jealous of you. Well, it's too late. You're gone down that track. They are now trying to, perhaps, some way, distort your name, distort your ability, distort your qualification, distort where you're going. I've been there. You are there right now if you're watching this video, and I thank you very much for doing so. But the reality is they're dishing the dirt and they're gossiping on and about you because they're jealous. So can you control that? Well, no, but you can nip it in the bud. You can stop people from thinking, well, from beginning to think about you in a distorted manner. You can't, of course, stop people from thinking the way they do. They are just their own people, after all. Another jealous act would be that they seem, well, never really seem fully impressed by your accomplishments. But that's on the face of it. Because, again, if we go back to the last point and they're not actually, well, doing the right thing, they're gossiping about you. They're absorbing all the tattle out there and giving it legs, so to speak. Well, then, in the face of it, in front of you, they never seem impressed by your accomplishments. Then, in fact, what is going on is that perhaps it's underneath their thoughts that they're thinking, this person is like really, really like up there on Mount Everest kind of peaks with what it is they're doing, and I am just on this lowly little hill trying to get to the mountain, but I can't do it. I'm not able to climb. So what can they do? They're imploding in some way. They're jealous. If they tell you that you're lucky, they're making a mockery of your hard work. They're making a mockery of your talent. They're making a mockery of all the ability you naturally have, perhaps, or the accomplishments, or the things you've done, well then, that's just the way they think. That's the way they react. They're jealous. But this is another sign. So beware. You never ever know who is going to be the jealous one. This is the thing. If a person that is showing jealousy towards you is copycatting in some way and game playing, trying to outdo you, again, this verifies exactly what we said already. This is just another symptom of this overall jealousy. And they'll be quick to rain on your parade, not just by speaking behind your back, but also by actually perhaps setting up things, obstacles for you in the future, of where they predict that you will go. They want to predict that you will go a certain path or a certain stream. They're predicting perhaps what's in their industry or your industry or both of your industries. And they're thinking of perhaps, oh, this is their awards night and I'll go there and I will smash it. I'll make sure I put an obstacle in the way that they will fall. And they are just waiting for it so they can just badmouth you. If they can't beat you, if they can't join you, they'll bring you down. Until next time, thank you for watching. That is how to tell if someone is truly jealous of you. So if you haven't subscribed and you're jealous, well, I don't know how you're going to react, so I'm not even going to think about it. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. Please subscribe to them. Until next time, have a wonderful day.